There's a bed in like this room, I believe. The ball just fell!
Using a baby monitor to keep an eye on your child is supposed to make you feel more at ease about their safety. However, there are many cases where these devices create more worry than comfort. A recent video posted on Reddit shows one such disturbing moment, hinting that something other than the baby might have been in the nursery. They often hear strange sounds that they still haven't figured out. What makes it creepy is how subtle it is. There are no big dramatic moments, which makes it feel more real. Maybe the baby moved strangely, and the background noises could have come from outside. But after watching both videos a few times, it seems like the baby's whole body was pulled by one leg, and the strange sounds feel too close to the camera. Still, when it comes to kids, parents usually trust their instincts. In this case, the father felt something was in the room with his son. Was this a real supernatural event, or just a parent being extra careful? Share what you think in the comments below. Caillou and his friends went camping in a dark forest, but things didn't go as planned. While sitting around the campfire roasting marshmallows, the group heard terrifying screams coming from deep in the woods. At first, they joked around, but the screams didn't stop, so they figured someone might need help. The fun quickly turned into an investigation, filled with lots of swearing. Eventually, they found a Tesla, and more disturbingly, a puppet hanging from a tree.
That was a child screaming.
Joe, listen.
Or like a woman or something. That was a female screaming, Phil. Please, please, please. No. Oh my God, Phil, it sounds like somebody's being raped.
Dude, you have that person that. It's partially.
Phil, that sounds like some scary movie.
Dude, I have the biggest revolver ever, dude. That's probably. Dude, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Dude, that sounds like some haunted ass, dude. What happened to the other steel target?
There's two.
One right there on the ground. It's on the ground.
What? That right there.
What?
Dude, that's not normal. No.
Please tell me you guys. Oh! No!
What's up, everyone? This is part 3. Sorry it took so long, but now that I'm seeing this video that he slowed down and bumped up this exposure, I'm freaking out. Take a look at it right now.
Later, when they watched the footage at home, they spotted the creepy face of a scary woman behind the trees. Was it just a prank, or did they catch something more serious? Jake, from the popular YouTube channel Jake Ghost Hunter, started a chilling investigation at one of the most haunted spots in Illinois, Pine Lawn Manor. This large, abandoned nursing home saw over 3,000 deaths and is known for its ghost sightings. With special permission, Jake got the chance to explore not just one, but 2 scary buildings on the property. Most ghost hunters stay away from the second building, saying it feels evil. That night, Jake was joined by another investigator, Clayton, and as soon as they walked in, the creepy events began.
The music box just turned on inside my bag.
Shut the hell
Clayton, that's
up.
a switch that you have to flip.
I know.
Oh my God. What the f?
They turned on their ghost hunting gear, including an EMF candle and a music box. Suddenly, the EMF light started blinking, and the music box began playing its creepy tune. Jake asked questions into the darkness, and something responded.
All right, so right now we're in Mike's hallway. Mike, are you here? Mike, if you're in here with us, you can turn off the candle. I was just about to say, and it turned off. Or it turned back on. Whoa! Mike, is that you? Right when the candle turned on and off?
Something's just standing there, bro.
If you're here with us, buddy, can you please turn off the candle on the windowsill right now? You got to do it right when we ask, so that way we know that you're intelligent. Footsteps?
Yeah.
Could you make a loud sound for us?
They heard strange footsteps around them that they couldn't explain. The music box went off again, as if something invisible was nearby, watching them. Jake used his voice recorder to ask another question, and the reply they got scared both of them deeply.
Are we in danger if we split up tonight?
I turned off the recording. There was something down there.
Footsteps, shuffling, loud.
It just turned on.
Candle, yeah, when you said if it's a patient, candle turn on.
The paranormal activity increased quickly, and fearing what might happen next, they moved to the second building. As they set up again, something immediately caught their attention.
Let's put this millimeter. There's a bed in like this room, I believe. The ball just fell! I put that on there just before we went and it just fell off.
Camera caught it. My camera.
Clayton, I put that on there and I didn't even get to ask yet if they could push it over.
Holy. Sorry if we scared you. That was just extremely exciting. And
it rolled the other way. It rolled the other.
A ball they had placed on the railing moved by itself twice. Jake tried to make it move by tapping and hitting the rail, but it wouldn't budge. That moment was enough to show they weren't alone, but things were about to get even creepier.
If you're here with us, can you push the... Clayton, I just tried to debunk it. I just tried. Can you turn off that candle at the nurse's station, please? If we're speaking with maybe the nurse who committed...
wow.
Oh my God, it just turned off.
Wow.
The EMF candle lit up again, responding directly to their questions. Something invisible was interacting with them. Jake and Clayton carefully approached the nurse's station, and that's when the terrifying noises started.
Whoa! Holy... And I'm really sorry about what happened to you. If you... Holy...
They froze as heavy footsteps echoed through the darkness. The pounding grew louder, with every sound bouncing off the empty hallways, as if something was either following them or trying to warn them. The paranormal investigation wasn't over, but the video cuts off here. Rollin' With Me is a YouTube channel focused on uncovering the chilling truths of the paranormal world. His interest in this eerie subject started after a haunting he went through years ago, which he documented in one of his first videos. Roland revealed that the events were so disturbing, he couldn't stay in the house where it all happened, and eventually decided to move out. After watching the clips he recorded, it's easy to see why. These events occurred during the first COVID-19 lockdown in 2020, which made dealing with it even more stressful. The first clip shows an incident in the kitchen during the early morning hours, unlike any poltergeist activity we've heard of before.
You know what I'm gonna do? Just stop, cancel my walk, do the spirit box session now? I'm putting this in here.
While objects moving by themselves are common in ghostly encounters, this event stood out because of how strange it was. Every chair in the kitchen moved at the same time, which strongly suggests the presence of multiple spirits in the room during the recording. It was incredibly unusual. What Roland didn't realize at the time was that this was just the beginning of his haunting nightmare. Years earlier, Roland had bought a Ouija board out of curiosity about ghosts and a desire to learn more. After months of using it it with no results. He became frustrated and destroyed it, throwing the broken pieces in the trash. Strangely, a new Ouija board appeared in his house shortly after, but disappeared just as quickly. In the next clip, it made another eerie appearance, though not fully.
The sound's coming from, and things are happening, and it's like when I go one place, something else happens somewhere else. I'm just gonna put the scissors down in the basement. That way they don't end up flying anywhere and end up finding its way to my head or something. I already had a chair hit my head. I just heard something again. All right. Is this something? Okay. What? There's no way. I thought I had this in the drawer. What I want to know is where's the Ouija board that goes to that piece, because that's been missing. I remember I destroyed one a couple years back. Then there was another one that appeared out of nowhere, and I wonder where that one is.
The Ouija board appeared out of nowhere, and the way it slid across the room made no sense at all. What made it even creepier was that the ghost had never responded to Roland's attempts to use the board in the past. Now, years later, it seemed to find amusement in just moving it around. The whole situation was completely strange, and it became clear to Roland that there was no way to escape this torment. However, there was one solution. After the incident with the Ouija board, Roland decided he'd had enough. He put the house up for sale, hoping to pass the problem on to the next family. To this day, it's unclear if the ghost followed Roland to his new home or stayed behind to haunt the new owners. All anyone can do is hope for the best. A grandmother once tried to extend her life using black magic, but instead of gaining more time, it cost her everything. After her death, her grandchildren moved into the house, but the paranormal activity forced them to leave. That's when our investigator showed up to film. Things started small. A vase slipped, the fireplace gate opened and closed, cabinets moved, but the real chaos began near a closet that seemed tied to the grandmother's spirit. Each time the investigator touched a wooden board with an image of Mary on it, the activity spiked. Later, a strange shape began forming on an old dusty TV screen. For a second, it looked disturbing, but it turned out to be a crucifix. Was that her spirit, or just what she left behind? A man named Danny from Spain was having a quiet evening in his living room. He had just made dinner and was relaxing on the sofa, watching TV while eating, but his calm night was suddenly disrupted.
Siguen los sonidos en mi casa muy extraños. ¿Qué coño? ¡Oh! ¡Ah! ¡Joder, tío! Lo están viendo, ¿eh? Lo estoy documentando todo. Esto va peor. Joder, tío.
Strangely, a white chair in the room slid across the floor by itself. Danny checked and confirmed there were no strings or wires attached to it. Since he lived alone after a breakup, he knew no one else was in the house. Not knowing what to do, he gave the chair to his friend Alvaro, who had just moved into a new apartment after finishing university. Oddly, the chair hasn't caused any problems there, which made Danny think the strange activity was connected to his house, not the chair. The YouTube channel Enjoy Life. Moore shared an eerie video of a man camping solo about 12 miles south of Williams, Arizona. Late at night, he was startled awake by horrifying screams coming from the woods. When he stepped outside to investigate, gunshots echoed through the trees. When he went to check, gunshots rang out. He ran back to his RV, but whatever was out there followed him.
Hello? Do you need help? What do you want?
I just heard that. I just heard the bay door open.
So what do you think? Genuine footage of a terrifying encounter, or just a well-executed hoax for views? One thing that keeps coming up on this channel is that basements often seem to attract paranormal activity. They've repeatedly been the setting for strange and disturbing events, though no one knows why. The next clip is no different. It's one of the strangest cases ever reviewed, especially because of how the spirit was triggered, which was unlike anything seen before.
So obviously we've had this ghost for a while. Yeah, we've tried sage. We've tried all that. That's why we kind of made a joke out of it. But based on all of your advice, I have taken a couple of items that I've inherited from my family's 60-year business in Mexico, and I've inherited a lot of stuff. So one by one, I've been sticking a couple of things in this box in the basement. Now, when my wife said that she whistled today, and she heard something in the basement, so... Oh, dude. I'm not really sure if I should... Ooh. We've been stacking up these boxes for the kids to sit and play with. Oh, jeez. No. We'll go down, take a look. Hell, what that is tomorrow.
In this video, a ghostly presence was strangely triggered by the sound of a whistle, leaving the family confused. As odd as that was, things got even weirder. A cardboard box was suddenly thrown across the basement, scaring the man in the video. Then, the spirit threw a whole stack of boxes at him. No one was hurt, but the force behind it was enough to frighten anyone. What makes this case even stranger is that the family never experienced anything paranormal before or after this. Whatever happened that day seemed like a one-time event, making it even more mysterious and unusual. Tim is back at a house where he's experienced paranormal activity before. He brought a creepy doll to help catch ghosts or dark energy, but instead, the doll played peekaboo, vanishing and reappearing in different places.
Так, продолжает регистрировать наличие паранормальной активности. Где кукла? Твою мать. Тут куклы нет. Откуда она здесь взялась? Кто ты? Она там. Твою мать. Что это такое? Что это было? Это дьявол. Черт.
Do you think the doll was moved by spirits, or is something else going on here? A man was relaxing in his room, watching TV when he experienced one of the scariest moments of his life. The event left him so shaken that he promised never to leave his closet door open at night again, fearing a ghost or poltergeist might be connected to it. The incident happened around 2:30 a.m., and it's important to note that his house had no history of paranormal activity until now.
Yeah, it's knocking again. Hey, if you can hear me, move the doll again. Move it again. It was moving earlier. Move again. Okay. See that? Move it more. Still not. Anything else? Oh, my chair. Anything else? More knocking, okay. And as always, we'll go do a quick check. Nothing in here. Obviously not enough room for anyone here.
What happened next was a series of 3 strange events, all captured on video. After thoroughly checking the closet, the man found no sign of anyone or anything hiding inside. This left him with 2 possibilities. Either whatever caused the disturbance was very good at hiding, or it wasn't visible at all. Thankfully, he took the footage to his local church, where the priests were shocked by what they saw. They immediately performed a blessing on him and recommended that his roommate, Luke, undergo the same ritual. Though there was no follow-up, it's safe to assume the blessing worked. This shocking clip, first uploaded to TikTok by user Borinelli.6, shows a terrifying encounter captured on CCTV. A group of wolves comes running down the road toward the officer. The officer quickly broke protocol, opened the car's back door, and jumped in for safety just moments before the wolves ran by. Viewers joked that the driver probably didn't get a ticket for unknowingly giving the officer a place to hide. Sam makes videos about the strange things happening in her life. In this clip, she visits her best friend's house. Not long after, the house was filled with non-stop knocking sounds.
Excited to visit my best friend after work today, and I got here before they did. And there's literally, I walked in here and like something started knocking on the back door back there. You can hear it. Stop! Now, okay, so you might think it might be the neighbor or something, or like a dog or something at the door, but look. We're on the 2nd floor. And there's like literally nobody. There's like nobody here. And I'm by myself. We were done with this crap. Okay.
Okay, I look over and I see this. There's nobody around playing with the cords. And it's still moving. Ever so slightly.
What do you think? Is something really haunting her home, or is there a more rational explanation? Gabbia posted this clip on her social media after her home security camera captured what she calls a supernatural apparition. In the video, she explains that she lives near a cemetery and has had several break-ins in her neighborhood, which led her to set up a security camera outside. However, one night, the camera recorded something completely unexpected. A mysterious glowing light is seen outside Gabbia's home, moving slowly and changing shape. Gabbia believes this is a supernatural apparition, and many of her viewers agree. She mentions that the clip was recorded during Lent, a Christian period of fasting and prayer. One viewer finds this important, suggesting that the light is a portal where souls can walk freely during these days of Carnival and Lent. If you look closely, you can see souls passing through it. So, what do you think? Do you believe this is supernatural, or maybe a ghostly portal, as some suggest? In this strange video posted on TikTok by user Secret Story New, viewers were confused by the unusual sight. Some commenters suggested that this video showed a real-life glitch in the Matrix. Others thought it might be a more practical explanation, like the dogs being tied up with lines, and one possibly jumping over a fence. Skeptics believe the video was edited, pointing out strange shadows. Despite the different theories, the footage continues to confuse viewers, leaving many wondering what's going on. What do you think about this strange clip? Let me know in the comments below. A man was walking through the streets of Spain late at night when he came across something unexpected. Earlier, he had been out at a bar with friends, but a call from his girlfriend changed his plans. She asked him to come home earlier, so he left alone around 11 p.m. The first few minutes of his walk were calm and quiet, with no cars, people, or noise to disturb the peace. But he wasn't completely alone. There was something else out there with him.
Y ven el árbol, ven allá. ¿Lo ven? Acá. Ahí en el medio.
If you pay close attention at the 6-second mark, you can briefly see a faint, shadowy figure. This left the man both shocked and confused. Unfortunately for him, this eerie sighting was only the beginning of a terrifying experience.
Hay como una figura oscura. Me llamó muchísimo la atención de la cuadra anterior que lo veía. A ver, vamos acá. Mi casa está acá a la vuelta. No hay nada. No sé.
Karim jumped when he heard the sudden scream. It shook him deeply. I'm guessing it got to you too. Tell us in the comments if it did. Scared, Karim took off running, away from the tree where the sound came from. His town wasn't the safest, and he didn't want to take any chances, especially that late. He ran through the streets, turning corners until he got away safely. Timothy was invited by an old acquaintance to visit a haunted house tied to his great-grandmother, who had reportedly witnessed strange events, like furniture moving on its own. It was meant as a heads-up, so he'd know what to expect. The first sign came quickly. A chandelier began to swing. Timothy braced himself, thinking something terrifying was about to happen, but nothing else did. That is, until the activity shifted to his room. His bed started shaking, and objects began moving. Trying to stay calm, he held back from reacting too strongly. Later, he noticed wooden planks near the basement door shifting. Curious, he opened it, half expecting to see something in the dark, but the space was empty. As he stepped downstairs, a chair upstairs began to move on its own.
Зеркало еще одно. Здесь есть кто-нибудь? А что это у нас тут? Похоже, что здесь подвал есть. А теперь пойдемте посмотрим, что за звуки в коридоре. Подвал, друзья.
друзі. Спускаться туда нет.
Что-то наверху двигалось.
Чё?
Я теперь боюсь вылазить туда. Не то чтобы просто боюсь. Нет. Не пойдет такое.
Was it genuine poltergeist evidence or a setup for views? On October 29th, 2018, just days before Halloween, a Spanish man named Ellen had what started as a perfect night turn into one of the scariest experiences of his life. Around 4 a.m., he came home from a fun party with over 50 people. He had a great time, but he had no idea that something or someone was waiting to scare him as soon as he got back.
2:33 de la mañana. Y estamos completamente asustados. Sí, por estos sonidos. No sabemos qué esté detrás de la puerta, pero estamos muy asustados. Al parecer no se ve nada. Pero y efectivamente, como pueden ver a simple vista, pero no es nadie. Pero se siente como que si alguien me vigilara. Vamos para adentro mejor. Vamos adentro. Ok. Les grabo esto para que se den cuenta que esto está pasando casi todos los días. Ok, va de nuevo. What? No manches.
What made this incident even more suspicious was how the lights in Ellen's house suddenly went out right after he closed the door. While most would think it was just a power outage, none of his neighbors had any problems with their electricity that night. Even more unsettling, Ellen saw what looked like a young girl standing in the shadows across from him. That creepy sight was just the start. About 15 minutes later, when the power came back on, Ellen went to bed trying to forget what had happened. But his peace didn't last. He was soon woken up by knocking sounds and got a much clearer look at what was causing the noise.
Amigos, son las 5 de la mañana. Toda la noche se han escuchado ruidos. Lamento, sí. La verdad no sabemos qué No manches, ¿qué fue eso? Ok, vamos. Realmente, amigo, no sabemos. Escuchen. No manches, nuevamente, ¿qué es eso? No puede ser. Es lo que estoy viendo, amigos. ¿Escuchan eso? Manches, no puede ser. Para todas esas personas que dicen que esto es mentira. Para todas esas personas que dicen que esto es mentira. Esto es increíble, amigos. Es increíble. Escuchen, realmente no entiendo lo que quiere decir. Creo que se ha ido.
The shadowy figure wasn't just scary, it also made strange noises that sounded more like an animal than a person, which made it even harder for Ellen to figure out what it was. He soon realized that whatever this thing was, it wasn't the young girl he thought he saw earlier. The knocking kept going, pushing Ellen's nerves to the limit, until he finally built up the courage to check it out. What he found on the other side of the door was a total surprise.
Siguen molestando. La puerta sigue sonando como que si estuviera alguien detrás de ella. Sé que muchos de ustedes me dijeron que no abriera, pero bueno, aquí vamos. Mire, lluvia. Y no hay nadie. Nuevamente no hay nadie, solamente lluvia. Ok, vamos a cerrar. Y vamos a ver qué pasa. En el video anterior sé que muchos de ustedes me dijeron que no abriera la puerta, pero bueno, ya. Escuchen, les digo, esto se salió de control y no sé cómo pararlo. No sé cómo va a terminar. No sé cómo va a terminar esto. Escuchen. Esto es realmente traumatizante para mí. Y como les dije ayer, amigos, miren. La televisión. Miren. No sé si alcanzan a ver. Que se proyecta una imagen muy extraña. Ok. Miren. Opa, ¿qué fue eso? No manches.
There was nothing there. To make things worse, the lights started flickering again, and Ellen became sure he was dealing with a spirit. After moving into a rural house, Eddie quickly realized something was off. The garage door kept opening by itself, but the strangest part was what the previous tenants left behind. Several crucified Jesus statues placed throughout the house.
Okay. All right. You with me?
What do you think? Creepy coincidence or something deeper? A Reddit user named Loose Alternative 77 recently posted an intriguing clip on the High Strangeness subreddit. The video has sparked a lot of debate within the community. According to the post, the footage was found online and reposted for discussion. It was filmed at an unknown location, and it's hard to tell if it was during the day or night due to the lighting. The video captures something that will make you question what's going on. Take a look for yourself. In the video, a UFO-like object is seen floating in the air. What's strange is that it appears to be spinning smoothly around its axis in a very controlled way. The uploader believes the video is real, but admits he's not sure what exactly he's looking at. He also mentions that it doesn't seem like CGI. However, many commenters think it could be CGI, pointing out how fluid and unnatural the object's motion looks. The thing is, if it is CGI, it would have to be high quality and well rendered, especially considering the lighting, shadows, and subtle camera movements that interact naturally with the object. It's not the typical cheap digital effect. Some commenters are asking for more details, like the location and time of day, to help analyze the footage, but so far that info hasn't been shared, whether real or fake. This is one of the most interesting UFO videos to come out recently. It makes you wonder, what exactly did we just see? Do you think this is real or just a very well done fake? A recent video posted by the UFO enthusiast account, UFO Goslam, has gained attention online. It shows mysterious green and blue lights hovering quietly in a circular formation above Vancouver, Canada.
They are nuts.
Filmed in late March, the strange footage shows a glowing ring in the sky.
They are nuts.
Officially, Transport Canada and local authorities have stated that there was no unusual aviation activity, leaving the event unexplained. UFO enthusiasts are excited, calling it one of the most interesting sightings in recent months, while skeptics argue it's probably a clever hoax or just an optical illusion caused by atmospheric conditions. A strange but heartwarming clip started going around on Instagram, posted by the user at NeilATV_.
Buenos días, hola, 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 hola. Ese es aire, ¿no? ¡Ay! ¡Ay! ¡Es aire!
In the video, a woman is happily talking to a plant in a public park, kindly asking it to say hello. Surprisingly, as she keeps speaking softly, the plant's leaves seem to move toward her, almost like they're reacting to her kindness. The unusual moment quickly caught people's attention, with many viewers wondering if the plant felt her presence or if it was just a nice coincidence. This isn't the only time something like this has happened. Another video posted by TikTok user Quadrastella also caught people's attention. In the video, the woman speaks kindly to her houseplant, saying softly, "You're so beautiful, give me a greeting." To everyone's surprise, one large leaf starts to shake slightly, then slowly lifts like it's waving hello.
Saludarme, Ay, qué bonito. Ay, qué hermosa. Ay, qué hermosa. Ay, mira qué cosita como se mueve ella para mamá.
Happy with the plant's surprising reaction, the woman laughs kindly, believing it's responding to her friendly greeting.
Ay, qué hermosa. Ay, mira qué cosita como se mueve ella para mamá. Es muy hermosa esa hoja. Muy hermosa es. Esto es increíble.
As the video went viral on social media and got millions of views, people started sharing their thoughts. Some viewers, especially those who believe in spiritual ideas or old stories, strongly felt that the woman's good energy, or maybe the presence of nature spirits, made the plant move. Plants have their kind of energy. they're alive just like us, one user said with excitement, suggesting that the plant might have known its caretaker's voice and reacted to it. This incident happened in the abandoned part of a hospital that was closed down because of poor construction, making the building unsafe and likely to collapse at any moment. Even with the risk, the person who recorded the video chose to go into the restricted area just because he was bored. It didn't take long for him to see how risky that choice was, and not because someone found out he was trespassing. In a creepy moment, a curtain suddenly moved by itself, showing that no one was behind it. There was no clear reason for the movement, so the only explanation seemed to be that something invisible had caused it. Realizing that a ghost might be in the room gave him chills and made him quickly go back to the waiting area where he was meant to be for his appointment. From that day on, he promised himself he would never let curiosity lead him into a situation like that again. At 3:42 a.m. on March 9th, 2025, Tyndall's Ring camera picks up something unusual in their living room. Suddenly, the houseplant fell over, and there was no clear reason why. If you watch closely, one of the leaves moves just before the whole plant tips over. Tyndall has no idea what caused it. So, what do you think happened? Drop your theories in the comments below. Our next story comes from a shopping mall in the US, where security cameras watch everything, but usually no one checks the overnight footage. That night, though, a bored security guard decided to take a look. At 3:12 a.m., something suddenly moved on screen, but it wasn't a person. There was no one there. Take a look for yourself. At first, the security guard thought the toy was just glitching, maybe a battery issue, but when he checked it out, he found it wasn't working at all. It shouldn't have moved. Unless, of course, something or someone decided to play with it. Maybe a spirit just wanted a little late-night fun. In Mexican folklore, Nuestra Señora de la Santa Muerte, also known as the Lady of Death, is believed to guide souls to the afterlife. She's often described as a skeletal figure in a long robe and is seen as a sign of death. In this next clip, a man in Mexico says he accidentally caught Santa Muerte on camera. He was filming his property and didn't notice anything at the time, but when he watched the footage later, he was terrified by what he saw.
Basura de allá, pero hasta ahí. Pero mira toda esta madre, güey. Yo sé que no es su responsabilidad de ella, ¿no? Lógico. Pero no, sí está muy de la verga, toda esta madre está muy jodido. Hay que tratarle, bueno, voy a tratar de darle en estos días forma para que no se vea tan jodido. Acá se ve limpio, pero tomo ya esa madre también lo voy a tirar a la verga, pues en fin de cuentas no me ocupa. De que no, esa puta madre no lo voy a tratar de romper. Pero sí, no, hay un chingo de cosas que no, ya no aplican aquí. Y pues hay que tirarlo.
A dark figure appears for just a split second, but when the camera pans back a moment later, it's completely gone. The man who filmed it believes it was Santa Muerte, and that it's a sign that he or someone close to him might die soon. What do you think? Was it really Santa Muerte? Share your thoughts below. A creepy video recently posted by Instagram user Pudor de Corcahini has stirred up a lot of talk. Paranormal fans are intrigued. while skeptics are left questioning what they saw. In the video, a young boy is casually playing with a Ouija board in front of a large mirror, but viewers were quick to spot something truly disturbing. Viewers notice that the boy's reflection doesn't match his movements. It appears to move on its own, completely out of sync with him. Just seconds later, as the boy walks out of the room, the camera catches something even more disturbing in the mirror. As the boy exits, the camera keeps rolling, and the planchette suddenly starts sliding across the Ouija board on its own, with no one near it. Social media exploded with theories. Some believe the boy unknowingly invited a spirit into his home, while others think it could be a haunting or even a demonic presence controlling the mirror and board. Skeptics, on the other hand, point to camera tricks, editing, or hidden strings. Whatever the truth is, this chilling Ouija session remains a mystery for now. Carlos, a man from Mexico, lived a normal life with his wife and son until one night flipped everything upside down. While his family was out shopping, he stayed home alone. Carlos was a skeptic, the kind who laughed at ghost stories and called anything paranormal nonsense. His co-workers even nicknamed him See It Carlos because he always said he'd only believe in the supernatural if he saw it himself. That night, he did, and what he saw changed everything.
Hola amigos de TikTok. Nada más quería decirles que estaba por empezar live y todo el día se había estado haciendo como una vibra muy mala en la casa. Había tiempo que no pasaban estas cosas desde que puse la cámara. De hecho me voy a atrever ahorita a bajar, aprovechando que los perros están muy ladridos. Ahí solo está mi queridísima bicha, viendo no sé qué, ¿dónde el árbol? ¡Bicha! ¡Bicha!
As Carlos came downstairs into the living room, he saw his cat standing completely still, eyes wide, staring into empty space. She wasn't in her usual cozy spot. Something was definitely wrong. There's a common belief that cats can see things we can't, and what happened next made Carlos start to believe it. One of the cat's toys, sitting untouched, slowly began to move on its own. No breeze, no explanation, just movement. Carlos grabbed the toy, threw it in the trash, and drove it straight to the dump. After that night, the strange activity stopped, but Carlos was never the same. He no longer laughs at ghost stories, and that's what makes this one of the most chilling, real encounters ever shared. This couple was on a peaceful holiday, staying at a quiet Airbnb deep in the forest. Everything was going smoothly, until it wasn't. One evening, the husband, David, stepped out to refuel their car before their trip to a nearby diner the next day. But his timing couldn't have been worse. Take a look at what happened next.
Okay. It just happened again and the dogs are freaked out. Get it. David, come over here. Get it. You be right there. Open the door, you need to get him. Oh my god, I don't know if it's gonna happen again. It just happened again. Move! Nobody there. The dog stopped barking now. Davey's freaking the out by the door though.
Get it. What is it? There's nobody out there.
At the start of the video, the wife sounds panicked. She's clearly frightened, though we don't know why at first. She's on the phone with her husband, begging him to come back quickly. At the same time, their 2 dogs are growling and barking at the doors and windows like something or someone is nearby. But she's completely alone. Then, a loud knock hits the door. She grabs her phone and films the balcony, but when she looks, no one's there. Later that night, David comes back, and just like that, the knocking stops. He laughs off the whole thing, blaming it on too much wine. But once he watches the video, his mood changes. Without a second thought, they pack up and leave the Airbnb for good. On TikTok, a user named Adventures with D Baby shared a series of videos that started off normal, but quickly got creepy. In the first clip, she's unlocking a door in her house when, out of nowhere, the attic door behind her swings open by itself. She hears the creak and quickly turns around, but strangely, she doesn't seem too bothered. She just goes on with what she was doing, which somehow makes the whole moment feel even more unsettling. In the next 2 videos, her landlord comes by to help check things out. They open the attic and take a look, but don't find anyone. Still, something feels off. There are a few small holes in the attic floorboards, holes she swears weren't there before. But the most disturbing part comes at the end of the last clip, a blanket and pillow, neatly tucked away like someone had been sleeping up there. That changes everything. While some think it could be paranormal, others believe the truth might be even scarier, that someone had been secretly living in the attic. Sure, things like weak hinges or drafts can open attic doors, but when you add bedding and damage to the mix, it's a lot harder to explain away. What started as a lighthearted TikTok prank quickly turned into a viral mystery, leaving viewers split. Did they just witness real paranormal activity, or was it all just a well-executed scare?
Hello?
TikTok user lie.scary posted a short clip showing a young boy pulling off a creepy prank on his dad. As the dad goes about locking up for the night, something unsettling starts to happen.
Hello?
The young boy scuttles from room to room. Most viewers saw the prank for what it was and had a good laugh. But what the original poster might not have expected was the wave of paranormal theories that followed. Some people, just scrolling by, caught a glimpse of the shadowy figure and genuinely thought they'd seen a ghost or child spirit. It wasn't until they watched the full video or read the description and hashtags that they realized it was all a joke. This mix-up is a funny reminder of how easily a simple prank, especially one with just the right creepy timing, can blur the line between comedy and the supernatural. Sometimes, all it takes is a quick glance to convince our minds that we've seen something otherworldly. A man named Kyle was making coffee and getting ready to start work on his laptop when a sudden loud bang came from the garage, breaking the quiet.
Okay, I just heard a loud banging in the garage while I was pouring my coffee. What the Please do not be something weird. I cannot take it anymore.
As Kyle walked toward the garage, he spotted something odd. The attic string was swinging back and forth as if someone had just tugged it.
Alrighty, well, I thought I had the bright idea to shine a flashlight up in there since my phone light wouldn't reach very far. But I got up in there and realized there is a light bulb. So I'm gonna show you what I found. If I can make it up here. These are some rickety freaking steps. is some kind of a box. And I'm too scared to go get it.
The attic looked empty at first, but right in the middle of the dusty floor sat a small black box. Kyle didn't touch it, not yet. Something about it just felt wrong.
All about my book, which is the reason that...
This time, Kyle knew he had to do something. He went back upstairs and grabbed the box. What he saw inside made his skin tingle with fear.
All right, I'm up here. And light bulb blue. So that's great. Now let's go get the box. Oh, goodness. What do we got going on here? This is sturdy. All right. Okay. It's a Christmas box. There's a handle. Is there another one? Yeah, there we go. All right, let's see. All right, let's see what's in there. Oh, is that a... There's in there. Okay, dustier now. Okay, there had to be a freaking doll in here.
Kyle says the house hasn't felt right since that day. This next clip was captured by a lead security officer at a factory close to the train station. While checking footage from a camera placed near the edge of the property, right by the railway tracks, he was expecting the usual routine scan. That spot was always watched closely, since it was seen as the most vulnerable to break-ins. But what showed up on the screen wasn't a thief or a trespasser. It was something no one could have predicted. Watch closely.
Ahí está, se va acercando al cerco. Ahí está. Activó los sensores. Clarito, sí. Y ahora atravesó el muro. Ahí van caminando allá. Salió el perímetro, cacha.
Como que cambia de forma de
Sí, cambia de forma.
Vuelve a entrar.
Y ahora desapareció. Ahí anda todavía.
If you look closely, you'll notice what looks like a Skinwalker moving along the train tracks. The camera's yellow tracking box locked onto the figure, highlighting its odd, almost unnatural shape, leaving the security team completely puzzled. At first, they assumed it was just fog or some kind of visual glitch, but the sky was clear that night, so that didn't add up. In the end, no one could say for sure what they were looking at. Maybe we'll never know the full story, but one thing's certain: it left more questions than answers. About 3 years ago, Reddit user Uppers Downers shared a series of clips to the Paranormal Video subreddit. The footage came from their home security camera, aimed at the front driveway late at night. At first, everything seems normal, just a still, quiet street. But then, things start to get strange. In the video, we see the uploader's cat, Gus, casually walk into frame, and that's when things start to get seriously strange. Out of nowhere, Gus appears to scale the side of a nearby house in just seconds. The movement doesn't look normal. It's not just fast, it's unnaturally fast, almost like the footage is glitched or tampered with. But that's not all. If you look closely at the trees to the side, there's something even more unsettling. A faint shape, maybe a figure, briefly flickers in and out of view. It's easy to miss, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. The uploader admitted the clip left them feeling uneasy around their own cat and turned to Reddit for answers. While some commenters joked that Gus might be possessed or a shapeshifter, others blamed a camera glitch. Still, even with that explanation, the whole thing just feels off. So, is it just a weird coincidence caught on tape, or something a little harder to explain? This next clip comes from the social media account The Occult Family. Husband and wife duo JP and Kimmy set out to explore the nunnery, an abandoned convent in Malvern with a reputation for being deeply haunted. Locals claim they've heard chanting from the empty chapel, seen shadowy figures, and even had tools vanish during construction work. Armed with a camera, JP and Kimmy planned to document their visit, but what they captured was far beyond anything they expected.
In an image of a man in white, like a doctor. Right. I don't know if it was my eyes, but did someone just see like a white, like misty thing just walk like that there?
I didn't move my toe. I'm not.
As JP and Kimmy move through the dark, echoing halls of the nunnery, something suddenly appears. Kimmy spots what she describes as a white mist. She's convinced they've just caught a ghost on camera, but as always, the final call is yours. Ghost or something else? You decide. A man named Chase Beckstead shared a video to his TikTok explaining that he and his wife were staying at her late grandfather's house just weeks after his passing. That night, as they tried to settle in, they kept hearing the bedroom door rattle like someone was trying to get in. Understandably shaken, they grabbed their phone and started recording. What they captured has left viewers unsettled ever since.
Let me just show you. Like, we've literally had to put the bag up against the door, and we're not sure.
Chase says he quickly packed up their things and got his wife safely to the car, then came back inside alone to grab the rest, leaving the bedroom door open behind him. In the second part of the video, we see their final attempt to leave, but once again, the door begins to rattle. Only this time, it's more aggressive, almost frantic. It's as if something unseen didn't want them to go.
Okay, so we're leaving. We got all of our stuff packed. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, we're out of here.
Could this be the spirit of Chase's wife's grandfather? Maybe he wasn't ready to let go, or maybe he just didn't want to be alone in the house he once called home. Sure, old doors can shift from drafts or creaky hinges, but the timing and persistence here feel a little too intentional to ignore. And with the door already left open, it only adds to the unease. We may never know for sure what was behind it, and honestly, it's probably best that they didn't stick around to find out. A funeral home worker uploaded this next video after hearing strange noises late at night. He says he was completely alone in the building when it happened. Curious and a little unnerved, he grabbed his phone to check it out. What he captured on camera is downright chilling.
Estas tablitas aquí, pero ya tiene rato que se escucha algo allá al fondo. Allí está un maniquí, son una lata, pero es un ruido muy extraño. Mira, ¿sí lo vieron? Ok. Mira, se asoma una sombra, pero se mete. Mira. Ay, hijo de su... Pero se me enchina la piel. Y es que ya tiene rato. Ay. Y... Bueno, como sea, va a quedar... Y es que guachen aquí, no hay flash, no pasa nada, mira, estas son las estatuas que te digo, pero se asomaba de ahí.
Something appears to peek out from behind a refrigerator. Clearly unsettled, the man builds up the nerve to walk over and check. But when he gets there, no one's around. Whatever was just behind the fridge is gone. And if his claim is true, that he was completely alone, then who or what did he just see? Let us know what you think. Jimmy lives in a haunted house. Every night the ghosts mess with him. He hears strange sounds, wakes up, and finds the TV on. And it doesn't stop there. Chairs move a little on their own, glowing orbs appear, and even baby dolls sometimes move by themselves.
Ça fait un moment que j'ai pas fait de vidéo, mais là ça empire. De jour en jour. Des marques, des griffes. C'est insupportable. Putain. Ah, c'est toi qui me fais peur. Alors, il y a quelqu'un? Putain, c'est insupportable. Putain. Putain, c'est quoi cette merde encore? Non mais c'est pas possible. Nouvelle vidéo, on entend du bruit, mon chien s'est énervé d'un coup. Ça devient catastrophique. Les esprits deviennent agressifs. Oui, j'arrive, ma fille. Et puis, ceux qui me portent la poisse. Là, il y a 2 jours, les gendarmes m'ont rentré dans la voiture. Elle était devant chez moi, mais la voiture est épave. Beaucoup de chance. Beaucoup de chance. Et l'excuse, c'est le keuf avait une poussière dans l'œil. Vous y croyez, vous? Ben, moi, malheureusement. Oh, putain, c'est quoi ce bordel encore, putain. Ça ne fait que ça, c'est incroyable. On essaie de trouver des solutions, mais rien qui marche. Cherche, mon chien, cherche. Il y a quelque chose? Oh, putain. Ça devient bizarre. What the... Ouais. Putain, ça m'a piqué. Ah. Putain, c'est quoi ça? Mais c'est quoi ce délire? C'est quoi ce délire, putain? Oh là là. Putain, c'est quoi ce délire? Putain de merde. Ça devient n'importe quoi ce baraque. Si vous avez des idées, des conseils. Ah, des idées, des conseils, je suis preneur. Honnêtement, ça. Oh putain, c'était quoi ça? Oh, oh sa mère. C'était quoi ça, putain? C'était quoi cette merde? Fille. Ah, putain. Ah, fille, qu'est-ce qui t'arrive? Non. Non. Mais non. C'est quoi ce délire? Encore une fois, des trucs bizarres se passent. J'avais dit dernière vidéo, mais au final, je me rends compte que même sans faire des vidéos, les trucs se passent de plus en plus extrêmes. Ça devient de plus en plus bizarre. Et honnêtement, je tiens à remercier tous les messages très très positifs. Putain, c'est quoi ce délire? C'est quoi ce délire? C'est quoi ce délire? Je viens de l'éteindre cette putain de télé. Donc je suis pas fou, j'ai pas oublié ma télé tout à l'heure. Putain, mais c'est quoi ce délire? Ah non, j'ai senti un frisson. Oh putain. Non mais là c'est pas possible. C'est quoi ce délire? C'est quoi ce délire? C'est quoi ce délire? What the f... Ok, c'est bon, vas-y, nique sa mère, toi tu t'éteins. Putain de sa mère, vas-y. Nouvelle vidéo. C'est... J'entends des bruits. Là c'est des pleurs carrément, donc ça devient un petit peu plus effrayant que d'habitude. D'habitude, c'est des bruits, des chaises, mais là, c'est carrément des pleurs qu'on entend. C'est un peu plus effrayant. C'est toujours dans cette putain de pièce-là. Si tu es là, fais du bruit. Vous allez voir, voilà. Putain, c'est quoi ça qui approche de moi, là? Toujours. Mais c'est... Putain. Vous êtes combien là-dedans, dans cette pièce? Oula. Y'a quelqu'un? Faites du bruit. Faites du bruit si vous pouvez. Ok, bon d'accord, ça c'est du bruit, certes. Comment vous appelez-vous? Allez, dis votre nom. Allez, là, je vous écoute. Putain, c'est quoi ça? Mais putain, c'est quoi ça? Mais non. Mais arrête. Putain, t'es comment d'aller là? Putain, puis y a un truc qui me suit là, j'ai des frissons, j'arrive même pas à zoomer. Regardez, j'arrive même pas. C'est quoi ce délire là? Lâche-moi s'il te plaît là. Putain, mais lâche-moi s'il te plaît, c'est quoi ce délire? Allez là. Putain. C'est trop chelou là. Allez, lâche. Au nom du père. Et ben voilà. Dès que je fais le signe de croix, bizarrement, ma caméra se remet bien. C'est incroyable ça. Mais putain, c'est pas possible ça, c'est quoi ce délire? Mais non. C'est quoi ce délire quand même là? C'est quoi ce délire? Mais c'est quoi ce délire, putain de merde? Oh là là, putain. Ça fait ça tout le temps, toute la nuit, à chaque fois. C'est insupportable, je vous jure que c'est insupportable. Allez là, tu vas me foutre la paix maintenant? On a envie de dormir nous maintenant. Donc là c'est simple, tu nous fous la paix. Allez là. Oh, j'entends du bruit craquer, c'est horrible. Putain, dès que... Oh là là, vous voyez toutes ces orbes de merde là qui passent autour de moi là, au fur et à mesure. Oh putain, c'est quoi? Il bouge carrément la table là maintenant, il est sérieux lui? Eh, calme-toi là, hein. Oh putain, mais calme-toi là, putain j'ai froid. Nouvelle vidéo, enfin. Je vous avoue qu'avec les fêtes de Noël, le sapin il a fait que tomber, c'était catastrophique. Waouh, c'était quoi ça? Oh, frisson. On a fait aussi appel à un médium. Le médium, on devait poster la vidéo, puis au final, il a eu peur. Enfin, non, il a pris très cher, on va dire. D'après lui, ce serait 5-6 esprits qui sont vraiment très agressifs. Je sais pas pourquoi, il a pas réussi réellement à m'expliquer pourquoi. C'est compliqué, on va dire. J'essaierai vraiment d'insister pour voir s'il veut pas... C'est quoi encore ce bruit, putain? Ça y est, ça commence. Y a quelqu'un? Y a-t-il quelqu'un? Ok. Y a-t-il quelqu'un parmi nous? J'ai peur. Quelqu'un est-il parmi nous? Oui, non? Je vous écoute. Ok. Vous êtes pas content? Qu'est-ce qui vous arrive? Ok, d'accord. Non, mais c'est bon, ok. Je vais pas insister, hein, si vous voulez. Pas besoin d'insister. C'est horrible, quoi. C'est... Putain, c'est quoi ce délire? D'accord, et c'est parti pour le show, si tu veux. Ok. Elle est où cette putain de télécommande? Je sais même pas où elle est. Putain.
D'accord.
Ok. Voilà. Tous les soirs, c'est toujours comme ça, comme ça, comme ça. C'est insupportable. Mais putain, mais ne se rallumer, mais c'est pas possible, putain de sa mère. Si vous avez de l'aide, moi je suis...
What do you think? Is it a real haunting or just a bunch of strange coincidences? In a strange turn of events where celebrity news meets the paranormal, actress Irene Bedard Wilson, best known as the voice of Disney's Pocahontas, has become the center of a chilling viral moment that's left viewers both fascinated and unsettled.
Who are you?
I'm the voice of Pocahontas.
Really?
Yeah, you're gonna find me in your thing right now.
Why would I do that?
Because I am a 53-year-old Native American woman who has had a...
In March 2025, body cam footage from Irene Bedard Wilson's latest arrest in Xenia, Ohio, started making rounds online. But it wasn't the arrest itself that drew attention. Eagle-eyed viewers noticed something unsettling in the footage, and it quickly became the focus of viral speculation.
Stop!
As officers tried to calm and restrain the visibly distressed actress, seen in the footage yelling, crying, and clearly overwhelmed, something strange was captured on the body cam. It's quick, easy to miss, but undeniably eerie. A dark shadow appears to glide across the hallway, barely noticeable, but enough to spark a wave of online frenzy. Almost instantly, social media lit up with wild theories. TikTok and YouTube users speculated everything from a supernatural presence to full-blown demonic possession. Headlines quickly followed, some even claiming Pocahontas actress arrested amid claims of demonic activity.
Because I am a 53-year-old Native American woman with heaven.
However, those close to the situation, and local authorities, soon offered a more grounded and far more tragic explanation. According to official reports, Irene Bedard Wilson was intoxicated during both incidents, with officers noting the strong smell of alcohol at the scene. Her behavior had caused a disturbance at a nearby hotel, leading to the original 911 call. Experts who reviewed the footage were quick to debunk the viral theories. They explained that the so-called shadow figure was most likely the result of lighting angles, movement from nearby offices, a passing flashlight beam, or even compression glitches in the video itself. In truth, Irene isn't facing a ghost or a demon. She's struggling with something all too real. As one commenter put it best, "Not every darkness is a ghost. Sometimes it's just pain." But what about you? Do you think the footage shows something paranormal or just a difficult moment misunderstood? Share your thoughts below. In the next clip from a dash cam, what looks like a person almost avoiding a serious crash turns out to be something far stranger, a ghost walking across a busy highway. There are two main reasons why this figure isn't just an ordinary person. First, it has almost no facial features, making it look unnervingly faceless. Second, the figure is slightly transparent, with the background visible through its blurry outline. After reviewing the footage, the driver was relieved to see he hadn't almost hit someone, but he couldn't help wondering who or what this spirit was and why it crossed his path. In the end, he thought it might be a warning, maybe urging him to be a better driver. On the Paranormal Video subreddit, a user named Herin posted a chilling security camera video. He explains that his father worked the night shift as a security guard in a building and would sometimes send him strange videos from the job. The uploader admits he's never fully understood what to make of this particular clip, but acknowledges it has always unsettled him, and he's eager to hear others' opinions. Did you spot it? If you take a closer look at the corner of the screen, you'll see what looks like a ghostly figure, standing perfectly still, hardly moving at all. It doesn't walk or disappear, it just lingers. The uploader believes it looks like a woman, though that's hard to confirm. Regardless of gender, there's definitely something there, and its still, human-like shape is unsettling. At one point, the figure even appears to sway slightly, as if shifting its weight or breathing. That tiny movement adds a level of realism that makes it feel too convincing to just be a trick of the light. Some viewers have suggested it might be a bug on the camera lens, which could be possible with older footage. However, the swaying motion makes that theory less likely, especially since the rest of the video stays steady. Is it just a lens glitch, an illusion, or did the camera actually capture something unexplainable lurking in that building? In this odd but brief video, uploaded to TikTok by user DivineGoddess95, we see a clip from what appears to be a regular morning news broadcast.
Dude, did y'all just see that?
Watch the blink. Now just take the next picture. That's her, not her eyes blinked.
Dude.
As the presenter blinks, her eyes seem to glitch for a moment, briefly showing what looks like a second set of eyes underneath.
They gotta pause it. When she blink, you gotta pause it and see.
I'm finna see it again.
The uploader explains that her mom first noticed the eerie anomaly during the live broadcast, prompting her to rewind and capture the moment for a closer look. This strange event quickly reminded viewers of the infamous reptilian shapeshifter theory, which was popularized by conspiracy theorist David Icke. Icke claims that reptilian extraterrestrials, disguised as humans, secretly control key positions of power across the globe, occasionally revealing themselves through subtle glitches, especially in their eyes. While some viewers think it could just be a technical glitch or a lighting trick, others, including the uploader, can't shake the unsettling feeling that something much stranger might have been exposed live on TV. The deep forest attracts all sorts of visitors, children building secret forts, adults quietly hiking through the wilderness, and wild animals stealthily moving between the trees.
I just wanted to show you guys my cool base that I made a while ago with my cousin. It's really nice. See, we got the entrance all fenced off. Got this thing, I don't know what it is. Well, that stinks. But yeah, we got some chairs. What was that? Is that a cow? What is that? Oh!
One of the creepiest videos recently surfaced online, showing a pale humanoid figure wandering in the distance. The uploader insisted it was just a cow, but seriously, how could anyone mistake a long-limbed, ghostly creature with glowing eyes for livestock? Some believe it could be the rake, a terrifying figure from urban legends. Others argue it's just a prank. But what do you think? Could real monsters be lurking in the woods? Or are these eerie sightings the start of something darker? Unseen forces lying in wait for their next victim? A young man found himself abruptly woken up in the middle of the night for the 4th night in a row. The cause was always the same, the sound of running water. Each time, he groggily dragged himself downstairs to turn off the tap, assuming it was some kind of plumbing issue. He even called a local plumber who promised to inspect the problem. But after capturing what happened in this video, it's hard to imagine anyone willingly stepping foot in that house again.
It's like the second time tonight.
At first glance, you might think it was just a faulty tap, but the footage he recorded suggests something far stranger. The video clearly shows the tap handle moving on its own, indicating that some force, whether natural or not, was at work. What makes this even more unsettling is that the handle had to be lifted upward, defying the laws of gravity. With this strange behavior, the most logical explanation seems to point to something supernatural, perhaps a ghost haunting the kitchen. Mark stepped into an old vintage house, searching for any signs of paranormal activity. One of the closets began to shake fiercely until it toppled over. Despite the cabinets and windows opening on their own, Mark stayed calm. Eventually, he wandered outside out of boredom. That's when the spirits reacted, shattering the old fireplace. Mark started running, though not very fast. As the house began to fall apart around him, he stood frozen, hoping for an angel to rescue him.
Так, друзья, началось.
Блять.
By the end of the night, after all he had endured, he got away safely without a scratch. The shop owner, Samantha, started noticing odd and unexplainable happenings around her store. Feeling both intrigued and uneasy, she set up a camera to see if she could catch anything unusual. Now, the footage she captured has even the most skeptical viewers wondering what's truly going on in her shop. Take a look and decide for yourself.
It released the little tassel. Don't be shy. Everything's okay. We're not here to move anything or to touch anything or to even remove you. Like, we're not here for anything other than appreciating your existence. Look at that. It pulled the tassel. Thank you. We appreciate that. Yeah. Anytime we've had experiences, so I would say that this is probably a child, and it's cold. I'm shivering. That's why I put my hoodie on, guys. And it's interesting how it decides to pull the tassel in and then close the door that way. Like, I find that really interesting. But I'm just kind of wondering.
I had gotten an image of a little boy.
Yeah, so we need to ask him who was part of the family. Yeah. But it's interesting because it pulls the tassel in the door and closes the door that way. That door is heavy. We videotaped that door. Anytime someone, watch, can you go pull it yourself to a place where you know you're protected? Nothing will follow us. It's fine. It's fine. So what we have to understand is that we asked for evidence. Yep. We asked for evidence, and now they're showing evidence. Okay? So we can't chicken out the moment that they're like, all right, let me show you. At this point, after I tell my students that everything is fine and they're safe and nothing will follow us, the door slowly opens. There was no wind, there was no animal. We investigated to the full extent,
So what we have to
and the
understand
door
is that
just
we
opened and
asked
shut
for
a few
evidence.
times by itself, and the curtains just move as if somebody's looking through.
We asked for evidence, and now they're showing evidence. Okay?
Leave it alone.
I thought it was my phone. She's all telling you off. She didn't tell me off. She told us.
It's on the Ouija board.
It's on the Ouija board and it keeps going off. I thought it was my phone. I was like, oh, maybe my phone set it off because I just tossed it.
And then the light's flickering.
a walkthrough video, like a before and after, since I moved in. So since I just got here,
No matter what the real explanation is, one thing is clear. There's more going on in this shop than it seems at first glance. Corey resides in a mansion he suspects to be haunted. He has documented eerie events, such as chairs moving on their own as he walks through the corridors. He has also heard elevator doors mysteriously opening and closing, witnessed lights swinging, and seen faucets turn on without anyone touching them.
Que murió hace ya muchísimo tiempo, no me puede dejar un segundo tranquilo, ¿entendés? No puedo estar tranquilo, que un espíritu todo el tiempo me está atormentando, me está haciendo mierda, loco.
Dios mío, se están escuchando ruidos acá en el living. ¿Ves, amigo, que lo que te digo es posta, boludo? Y se escuchan ruidos, amigo, no te estoy jodiendo. Es Lucía, amigo, es Lucía, que no me deja tranquilo. Es Lucía que... What the... Amigo, te juro que Lucía está acá, te lo juro. La acabo de escuchar. Son las 3 de la tarde y Lucía ya arranca desde temprano, ¿entendés? Ya empieza a importar cada vez menos si es de noche, si son las 3 de la mañana, si son las 12 de la noche. Está por acá. What the what? No. Amigo, estoy escuchando cómo suben las escaleras todo el tiempo. Acá en casa. Y estoy solo. No hay nadie. Se escucha fortísimo, amigo. Esto está, boludo, es sangre, amigo, es sangre, ¿entendés? No sé qué mierda está pasando, boludo. What the... ¡Ay, no! Lucía está acá y me está tratando de hacer mal. What the... Amigo, se está moviendo eso, yo no lo estoy moviendo, boludo. Amigo, se está moviendo la... Se están escuchando ruidos. ¿Qué le pasa al ascensor? What the fuck?
Esta mierda que haces acá en el baño.
Arte. Luego para que sea un poco más artístico.
Llévame esto al living porque esto es del living.
Pero es artístico,
No, me chupa un huevo tu arte, dale.
Es artístico.
Me cago en tu arte.
Bueno, no puede ser que todo el tiempo te enojes.
Dale. Me molesta que use mis cosas.
Pero es algo artístico.
No me importa tu arte, me cago en tu arte.
Vamos. Para la gente que no sepa qué es tener un espíritu en su casa, mirá esto. No hay nadie, ¿entendés? Es Lucía que está acá, que me está haciendo mierda.
With so much happening and no clear explanation, the question remains, does Corey share his mansion with something or someone unseen? Tim had been eagerly waiting to see the updated decor after the renovation. He returned to the place to take it all in, and after a long nap, something strange occurred. He heard knocking on the window. Take a look.
На камере шум. Да. Не зависший. Кто там? Нет, там камеры нет. Это на самом деле... Черт. Никаких движений я нигде не вижу. Кто там? Кто здесь? Никого нет. Кто там?
Whether it was a ghost or something else, one thing's for sure, it's not your average haunting. In this video, two friends were walking past an abandoned building in Scotland when they heard a series of loud bangs coming from inside. They quickly pulled out their phones and began recording, capturing what happened next.
It is a ghost.
It's just a wind.
Wait. Must be a ghost.
No, it's a wind.
No, it's a ghost.
Let's go.
There's nothing else there. What else could it be?
See? Really?
I told you it was haunted.
Strange banging sounds echo from inside the building. The windows are all boarded up, but one of the boards can be seen flapping around as if someone is messing with it. When we increase the brightness and take a closer look, there's no one in sight. So, could this abandoned building really be haunted? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.